Hi everyone, I'm back and I need everyone to tell me that we're connected and we're getting a good connection, if you wouldn't mind. So I need a wave of hands. Happy Easter. We did have problems with the last video. And again, I apologize for that. Can you tell me, can you hear me well? Am I garbled? Am I frozen? Perfect. Fantastic. Okay. Again, I'm really sorry about that. I didn't think to tell her not to be on the internet. She can't stream and then me videoing like this because it takes from it. So again, I'm very sorry for that. Okay, so we are live and we're back to, and I'll fill in all the information that we lost earlier from this, just the general information that I had on the header. What we're dealing with today is being positive. It's reducing our stress. It has to do with becoming healthier as far as the way we think, because stress and the way we deal with things, anger, fear of failure, that alone can make us all so very sick. So we need to find better ways to do that. So what I went over earlier in the last video, and for anyone joining now, I'm going to kind of go over that again real quick because it was really garbled in the last one. So again, I'm really sorry about that, everyone. Okay, so what we went over was, thank you, Kendra, it's the fear of failure. To fail means that you didn't succeed. Okay, you do succeed. Everything you do, you're succeeding. You may not accomplish what you set out to do. So here's our fear of failure. What happens? It's an inner turmoil, and it makes us sick. I mean, we're sick over it, and we fear it. So we almost become immobilized, where we can't move forward. So we're stuck into this time warp type situation, and we don't move forward because we're afraid we're not going to make it. We can't do that. Why should I do this? Because I have all these obstacles. Do you really have the obstacles, or do you have to find a way to get around them? So this is what we're going to deal today. We're going to deal with the stress that enters our life, our fears, which makes us sick, which immobilizes us, which takes away our positive thoughts, which takes away everything that's important to us. So here we go. Understand what your fears are. It's important to overcome them. Once you understand them, you learn to begin to move forward to conquering those fears. So the fear of failure stems from a fear of rejection and criticism. We're worried about people that they're going to judge us if we fail. Take that failure that you learned, because guaranteed those people that you think are judging you, they have failed 100 times over. They're not going to admit it. Of course, some people don't know how to. Some people do. We all fail. I know I failed. And I know I have fear. So what we're going to do is, there's a step in overcoming our failures. And it's to face that fear head on. Accept that it's an inevitable part of your life. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. We all do. After you accept it at some point, you'll learn to face this reality. And here's a couple steps that you can do. Okay? And are you on the internet?
No.
Okay. Because I think this just froze on me. Hang on, guys. Here we go. And I have to make sure that I'm still on here. Yes. Okay, I am. All right. I got a little fear there going. All right. So you're going to take action. You're going to confront that fear. Often our immediate reaction to fear is to become immobilized, and that's what happens. And then we start to procrastinate at anything that we do because we're intimidated. So we have to decide that we can't do this pity party because we're afraid of embarrassing social blunders. That's just, it's unimportant. It really is. So the way to overcome it is to face it head on and realize that you fail this way, and that is okay, because you're going to fail. And you're going to take that failure as a learning experience, and then you're going to try something else for the same thing. And you're going to keep doing stuff until you see what works. That's how we learn. It's a learning process. So embrace those mistakes. One of the key traits of any successful person is that they don't let failure defeat them. They look at it as a learning opportunity from which their future success stems. So embrace it, because it's going to be your best friend. Once you've faced your failures head on, you overcome them. Enjoy feedback. Feedback is such a great thing. Don't give up. Another way to overcome your failures is adopt, as I said, new attitudes. Successful people never give up. So they're not stressed out. Look at other opportunities. Change your approach. If this doesn't work, try that. And don't be afraid to ask somebody for help. Seriously, just ask them. Often people, we're too close to our own situation, so we can't see the big picture. Other people, they can see where we can't. So embrace help from other people. I always ask people. I ask different people. If I feel like I might be not doing something, going about something the right way, I'm not afraid to say something. And if someone gives me feedback and say, maybe you could have handled this a little different doing this, I'm willing, and I'm all ears, and I will embrace that feedback because it's so important. Now, we're going to go into what I mentioned earlier today, and that is that we are going to have some fun. So have paper in hand, guys. Exactly, because we don't see it. We have blind spots, and we can't see our own stuff. And feedback is so great, and you hit that on the nails, Kendra. Okay, so have them pen ready, because here we go. We're going to do positive versus negative thinking. Okay, and by doing this, we're going to help remove stress from our lives, because we're going to become positive thinker versus the negative. And then that way, you're not worried about failure. So we all heard about the benefit of positive thinking, correct? Positive thinking can provide such health benefits, which can include lower rate of depression, better psychological well-being, less stress, better physical well-being, greater resistance to common colds. And just everything is so much better. You live longer. While we may understand that positive thinking could be good for us, we still might ask what positive thinking actually means. So let me incite you on that. Positive thinking means approaching the challenges in your life in a positive way. It means trying to make the best out of any bad situation. Face your challenges and find the best in others. It means choosing to view things in a positive way rather than in a negative way. Another way people talk about positive versus negative, okay, is in terms a person's explanation, which means how they describe events that have happened to them in their life. How are they describing it? Are they living in that negative? Or are they finding positive coming out of that negative? Like, here we go, getting passed over for a promotion at work. Do you tend to blame yourself and your own shortcomings? Or do you tend to think that you must have been passed over because someone else was more qualified at the position, and don't worry because another one you are better suited for will soon come along? It's all in the way that we take our situations and we rationalize them. That brings us back to that fear. Okay, so here's some stuff. So here's where I want you to have your pen in hand. Let's have some fun, guys. We're going to take a test. So this is going to be multiple choice. There's no right, there's no wrong. And I'm going to give you a number at the end of each one. Okay, so answer to old age questions. If you are a glass half empty or a glass half full kind of person. Okay, so when faced with an unexpected roadblock, do you tend to A, carefully analyze every detail to the situation, calmly accept the situation, view it as a chance to find new opportunities, think about all the problems you may have now encountered. Talk to others about your concerns. If you answered A, give yourself 2 points. If you answered B, give yourself 3 points. If you answered C, give yourself 5 points. If you answered D, give yourself 1 point. If you answered E, give yourself 4 points. Question 2. When my boss calls me into the office, I immediately assume A, I'm fired. B, I'm about to get a promotion. C, there must be a problem with my work. D, I honestly don't have any idea why he or she wants to talk to me. E, he or she must want to discuss the great progress I'm making in my current project. So, if you answered A, give yourself 1 point. If you answered B, give yourself 5 points. If you answered C, give yourself 2 points. If you answered D, give yourself 3 points. If you answered E, give yourself 4 points. Okay, so now we're going to question 3. When I'm not picked for something, a team, group, a project, anything like that, I automatically assume A, I must not have been the right fit. I'm okay with it because I know the right opportunity for me will come along. No one likes me, and that would be C. And D, they must not think I'm able to pull my weight. And this one has no E. So it's again A, I must not have been the right fit. B, I'm okay with it. C, no one likes me. D, they must not think I'm able to pull my weight. If you picked A, get 4 points. If you pick B, get 5 points. If you pick C, get 1 point. If you pick D, get 2 points. Now, we're going to question number 4. When someone lets you down, your first reaction is to get angry and swear. B, give them the benefit of the doubt. C, figure out a way to rationally tell them how you feel and try to find a way to prevent it from happening again. D, pretend that nothing happened and continue the relationship as usual. E, simply never talk to them again. If you picked A, give yourself 1 point. If you picked B, give yourself 4 points. If you picked C, give yourself 5 points. If you picked D, give yourself 3 points. If you picked E, give yourself 2 points. Now we're going to question number 5. When you make a mistake, are you able to laugh at yourself? A, sometimes it depends on the mistake. B, yes, absolutely, when it's appropriate. C, absolutely not. Making mistakes means I'm a failure. D, no, making mistakes is not an option. E, yes, as long as others aren't laughing too. If you picked A, 4 points. If you picked B, 5 points. If you picked C, 1 point. If you picked D, 2 points. And if you picked E, 3 points. Now we're going to go to question number 6. Now remember, you're going to add all these up. So, number 6. Do you tend to like new people when you meet them? A, yes, I like most people and they like me. B, no, I don't trust anyone until they've earned it. C, sometimes it depends on how I met them. D, most of the time I like the new people I meet. E, not really. People in general are distrustful. So, if you picked A, give yourself 5 points. If you picked B, give yourself 2 points. If you picked C, give yourself 3 points. If you picked D, give yourself 4 points. If you picked E, give yourself 1 point. We only got a couple more questions. So, number 7. Do you tend to offer more praise or criticism? A, criticism. How do people learn if you don't tell them what they're doing wrong? B, praise. I don't like to hurt people's feelings even when they need a little help to figure things out, what they're doing wrong. I always avoid confrontation. C, I only offer praise when someone has gone above and beyond to earn it. People work better under pressure and criticism. D, I only criticize when it's absolutely necessary. E, I offer balance of both, praise and constructive criticism. So, if you answered A, you get a 1. If you answered B, you get a 4. If you answered C, you get a 2. If you answered D, you get a 3. And if you answered E, take a 5. Number 8, we're almost getting to the bottom here. Do you believe that next year will be better than this one? A, we will see what happens. B, yes, absolutely. Next year will be what I make it. C, probably things are going well and I only see the improving. D, no, things can only go downhill from here. E, probably not. Life isn't fair. So if you picked A, get 3 points. If you picked B, get 5 points. If you picked C, get 4 points. If you picked D, get 1. And E, get 2. Now, question number 9, which is almost, we're at the end because there's only 10 questions. So, question number 9, are you happy? So, A, sometimes. B, yes, for most part. C, yes, I look on the bright side of life. D, not really. E, I don't feel happy very often. So if you picked A, you're going to take a 3. If you picked B, take a 4. If you picked C, get a 5. If you picked D, take 2. If you picked E, you're going to get 1. Last question, guys. What is your first thought when you fail? Here we go, that fear of failure. A, I can definitely do better next time. Failure is a great learning experience, and I can use it to my advantage when I try to do the same thing. Wait, hang on a second. When I try, again, let me get that right. C, I fail at everything I do. D, I'll probably fail at the next thing I try to do. E, better luck next time. So if you picked A, you're going to get 4 points. If you picked B, you're going to take 5 points. If you picked C, you're going to get 1 point. If you picked D, you're going to get 2 points. And E, you're going to get 3. Now, I want you to go ahead and tally these up. And I'm going to give you a minute to do so. It's not going to take you that long to tally up 10 numbers. So when you're done, just say yes, yes, yes on here, please. So once you're there, let me know. Okay. Kendra, you got yours. Sid, Megan, whoever else is in the group with us today. And I want to give enough time too. So for those that are not joining us at this moment, when they come on later, it gives them enough time to tally it up. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So, and Megan, you've been going along. So here we go. If you scored 10 to 25, did anyone score 10 to 25? Did anyone score 25 to 40? And did anyone score 40 to 50? Please put your numbers in and share it. 10 to 25, 25 to 40, and 40 to 50. I bet we're all rock stars too. Okay, so I'm going to start going, and we're going to go from the lower number up, 10 to 25. People who scored 10 to 25 points. Glass half empty. Oh, very good. So you still have some work to do to become a positive thinker. However, with some hard work, you can begin to change to a more positive point of view. And that's 10 to 25. For those who scored 25 to 40, while you are not a negative thinker, you still have not made the leap to being a positive one. With a little effort, you can easily change to a more positive mindset. For those who scored 40 to 50, you are a person who takes a proactive and positive approach to your life. So, for all those who've joined in and take the test, yay! And for all those who come in later and take the test, yay! And by the way, for all who's in here, please share. Sharing is caring. Hit the share button, please. And thank you. All right, so now, since we've taken the test, let's go over this. Change your negative thoughts to positive ones. It's possible to train yourself to think more positively. So if you're still not there at the rockstar or proactive approach, let's find a way to get you over that hump. So where you scored 31, Sid, you're right there. I mean, we just got to find a way to get you over the hump. So changing the way you view the world around you and putting a more positive spin on life. So there's a few things that you just need a little help with. So you could become aware of your negative thoughts. So if you have negative thoughts, certain negative thoughts, you can find a way to change them just a little bit. The first step is to becoming more positive thinkers, identifying the negative thoughts you're already having. This may be anything from feeling inferior at work, unworthy of a fulfilling relationship, or unhappy at how you look. Once you have identified these thoughts, you can then begin shifting them to a more positive focus. For example, if you constantly feel undervalued at work, instead of getting upset at your boss who does not value you, look at it as a personal challenge to show your boss just how fabulous you are. By making this slight change in your perspective, you'll begin to look at the challenge in a more positive light. So take everything as a positive. Everything as a positive. You never know. I mean, what could happen from that? So change your thoughts from negative tone to a positive one. That's our tone. That's the way we come across. So eliminate negative self-talk. That's a big one. And remember, all this makes you internally sick. It actually weighs on your health. So by eliminating negative self-talk, we can get a way to manage and reduce stress. So self-talk refers to the constant stream of internal dialogue and unspoken thoughts that we all experience throughout the day. All right. These thoughts are automatic responses to things we encounter in our daily lives. Well, it may seem like these thoughts are automatic and therefore out of our control. They're really not. You can retrain your brain to stop. So if you find yourself, maybe you're feeling a little insecure, or you have some type of belief or just something that's bothering you, and so you're thinking the worst, stop and say, you know something, I don't know that it's this way, and I need to stop dwelling on that. It's an automatic thing we do, but we can change that. We can change our views, our perceptions, and our beliefs. So, for example, can you tell me on here now, what negative thought do you have? Something that would just eat you alive. Can you give me something, please? Can you think of anything? While you're doing that, we're going to go over and move along. And I'm going to just tell you, while you're thinking about that, when you choose to meet each new challenge in your life with a positive attitude, no matter what it is, you'll begin to feel more empowered in your daily life. Find something. Here's a way to look at it. Out of every bad situation that you think you're looking at, make a funny out of it. Find something positive. Find a joke about it. Maybe your boss was being cranky that day, so make a joke out of, well, maybe his tie is too tight around his neck. You know, I mean, just anything. Just make a joke out of it, and then you'll laugh it off, and then you move along, and you can turn it positive. Or maybe he's not having a good day today. Revert that around. Or, you know something? He's not having a good day, but I am, and this is not going to affect me. See, there's so many different ways you can change that around. I mean, it's really what works for you. Me, personally, I would say your mood, it may be affecting me a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go meditate. And then I'm better. So we all have our triggers and our way of handling stress. What that does for you is it makes you take responsibility for your life. You are out of control, and if you are, you can change it. So, a common problem among negative thinkers is that they do not believe they are in control of their own destiny. Things happen to them, both good and bad, and they are out of their control. It's just out of their control, and there is nothing they can do about it. Taking a proactive approach to your life, can go a long way towards becoming a more positive thinker, because things are not out of your control. Certain situations can be, but the way we react to them is not. So it's given that we're all presented with challenges in our lives. Instead of just sitting back and worrying what will happen, approach each new day seeking out these challenges and confronting them head on. Acknowledge that you are not in control of your life 100%, and therefore are in control of what happens. you can't control everything that happens to you. Are you worried about getting fired from work? Can you control that? No. If somebody decides that they don't want to socialize with you anymore, are you in control of that? No. There's a lot we're not in control of. It's a matter of how we react to that, though. Exactly. 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 And it's always in the way you approach it, though, that keeps you in the positive way of frame, and so you don't fall into a negative. So that's correct, Kendra. So are you worried about, so like I said, if you're worried about getting fired from work, instead of sitting around dreading that could happen each day, ask yourself how you can do your job better and strive to do so. Yes, I think we're all rock stars. I agree. I like that pin. Decide, now set your own standards, okay? Decide whom you want to be and what you want to accomplish. Don't let other people think or drive for you. Okay? Now, let's talk about some stress. That is okay. That was great. I saw it and I was like, oh, I like that. That was great. So no, don't worry about that. Absolutely. Don't. Okay, so now we're talking about what we were talking about is the stress and everything going on and what affects us and how we can handle it, right? Well, there's a lot of things about stress that affect our lives and what we can do to prevent it. And the big thing, what we discussed earlier, was positive thinking versus negative thinking. So if we can change the way we think, that's going to take a lot of stress from us, because remember, stress, for women and men, it doesn't matter, but women, we worry about it more because, you know, we're kind of vain that way. It weighs on us. Did you know that stress makes you old? Did you know that laughing every day and smiling and just feeling at peace, you don't age? A happier person lives longer. It's true. So let's get the stress out of our lives. So stress management is a big thing. So I want you, and here's a chore for anyone who's stressing, especially who maybe scored in that could score a little bit better in our little test that we did, because that means you're stressing. You have stress going on. You're not thinking totally positive. You're there, but you need to get over a little bit. So let's keep a stress diary. If something bothers you, it's an ideal way to discover what experiences and causes stress in your life. It helps you'll learn how to handle the stress, and you'll learn the triggers, what's causing your stress, and what levels you're getting at. So I would keep that as like, for your stress today, you do a rating system like 1 through 10. How high is your stress that day over that certain situation, 1 through 10? Well, I was a little stressed. It made me upset, but I was able to get over it. So then you're seeing where your weak points are and where your strengths are. So then you can start working on those more weaker points of what is affecting you the most. So it'll be your primary log that you're going to record daily. And it's such a great tool, and it will help you. And I promise you will start to see a bigger picture, things that we can't see because we're too close to the situation. And then there's the relaxation techniques. You may think that relaxation and sitting in front of a television or reading a good book to distract your mind. However, these do little to reduce the body's physical effects of stress. It's important to learn to decrease the flight or fight responses your body produces with deep breathing, meditation, and exercise. Earlier today, what did I post on Healing Hands? I did a meditation video. So you can always go back and look at that. And so if you've never meditated before, I'm giving you step by step in there. Use it. It's fantastic. It's awesome. And here we go. It helps deal with the fight or flight responses that our body has. And it's just, we all suffer from that. And it doesn't matter, we're human. We can't help it. So you have to learn how to reduce that stress through breathing, meditation, and exercise. Even if, like, say you can't exercise because you got a bad back or you can't do it because of this reason, if you can go walking, a couple blocks every day. That help. Sit down, as in my video, and meditate. You don't have to sit on the floor. If you can't, you can sit in a chair. You can sit on a couch. And just follow the step by step. Relieving the stress as it happens. The first tool you need to do to relieve the stress as it happens is to be able to identify that stress. So know your triggers. Then identify the body's physical reaction to that stress, and then make the conscious effort to calm down and reverse those physical effects. Like go do some breathing. Go in a bathroom if you have to and just sit there in a quiet space and do some breathing techniques. That'll help reduce. Find a way that's going to work for you, because we want to keep you around. And remember, stress is a killer. So, and I love y'all and I want to keep y'all around longer. So no more tightening your jaw and clenching your teeth and tightening those muscles. Let's find ways to just, okay? And the last part of Healing Hands today is going to be patience. Tips for staying patient. This is the hardest thing for every single one of us, because patience is nothing easy. I'm here to say I'm right there with you. Sometimes I don't have patience for nothing. I feel like I'm being forced to do things when I have to say, okay, I need to wait. No, I just need to calm down. Or, you know, we're human. How many of y'all have patient issues where you just want it now? And I'm a now person, and I have to learn to back myself off. So let me know. Tell me. But and another thing, we all lose our patience at one point. Here we go, which creates stress. Sometimes it makes us late for work, late for appointments. Sometimes we're being too slow. Things are not happening as quick as we think they should be. All these things cause us to lose our patience and get upset and stressed out. So the benefit of patience is people who are patient are less stressed as they go through life. Imagine that, having less stress. So here you go. You're not always in control of circumstances happening around you. So learn to just don't ruffle your feathers. Just cope with the situation easier. Okay? How do you know when you're being impatient? Okay, here's the thing. And I laughed at myself because I saw myself in this, by the way. Okay? Before you can overcome your impatience, it's important to recognize when you're losing your patience. While it may seem self-explanatory, it might not come as naturally as you would think it does. So when you become impatient, our body starts to stress. As a result, stress hormones are released, and we experience physical symptoms. Our chest may feel tight, our breathing might increase, our muscles tense, and we may experience feelings of anxiety or nervousness. Once we recognize all these physical manifestations as symptoms of impatience, we can begin to recognize what's occurring. So recognize your triggers. What are those triggers? Being on a tight schedule, multitasking, being stuck in traffic, a family member not cleaning up their mess, a child throwing a tantrum. Oof. Yeah. Being forced to listen to the same boring story over and over and over and over again. We lose our patience, and we do. So, there's things that we can do to help prevent that. One, speak up, deal with the situation, and breathe, and breathe, and breathe. There we go. Point being, go to first video of today on meditation. It's our life, and there It's our cause, things that happen which create our impatience. For some people, it's sitting in traffic. For others, it's their spouse, their children, you name it. So let's find ways to stay patient and delegate. One reason people become impatient is that they overcommit themselves. Stop it. Stop overcommitting yourself. I just had this talk with someone very special to me about overdoing too much and putting it and finding another way to work a schedule instead of spreading it out when everything is needing to get done. If you're doing something, do it all within this time frame and then it gets done, or delegate it to someone else. That way the stress is coming off of you. Take a moment when you start to feel yourself becoming impatient. Take a few moments to calm down. Take a few deep breaths. Here we go. Sitting in a quiet place. Here we go. Closing your eyes. Taking a few moments to breathe can help you keep control and stop you from losing your patience or your God-given mind or your temper. Either which way. Revisit your to-do list. Make sure you do a list that actually feasible, which means there's too many things to accomplish in a particular day. Check off what's most important. The other stuff can wait to the next day. Don't overextend yourself where you're going to make yourself sick. Allow yourself to be in the moment. At certain points, whatever is making you impatient has already happened, and there is nothing you can do about it. You may be stuck in traffic. Can you do anything about it? Nope. You're going to be late whether you want to or not. You can't do nothing about it. Your kid throwing a tantrum, what are you going to do about it? Honestly, you're just going to sit there and laugh. Laugh. It's crazy, right? Laugh. Yeah. It's already happened. You can't do nothing about it. Allowing yourself to be in the moment, as opposed to wishing things were different, will help you accept what is happening, and you can finally relax. Acceptance is the first step in overcoming impatience. Now, try seeing the big picture. That's the biggest thing here, the big picture. So, it's important to remember that there are causes for you that you lose your patience. It's probably not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things. Focus on what actually matters as opposed to what you don't like about the situation. For example, if you find yourself losing your patience because you're stuck in traffic, focus on the fact that the most important thing is that you arrive at your destination safe. Imagine that. Okay, you're stuck in traffic, so just you're getting there safe. Does it matter? You're going to get there in one piece and alive. When you start to focus on what actually matters, you're better able to remain calm and not lose your patience. Remember, sometimes things can't be rushed, and they just can't. Often we lose our patience when we want something done now, but in reality, some things just take time. No matter how much you want it, you may feel it in your everything that it's got to be accomplished. Something has to be done. It just has to be faster. It's important to learn to accept that this is not going to let you get rattled, and it's not going to happen any faster just because you're making yourself upset over it. So try to let it go. Now, this is definitely easier said than done, but one strategy is when you feel yourself becoming impatient, just let it go. Recognize that losing your patience will not accomplish anything, and try to remain calm. This may take some patience, but over time, you'll feel yourself becoming more and more of a patient person. And what does that mean for you? You're not stressed out. You're not getting angry. You're not fearing things. So, fear of failure causes stress, right? You become impatient because of fear of the failure. You stop becoming, you lose your positiveness and you start negative thinking. So all of these things create issues and get you to the point where you're feeling overwhelmed or upset. So that's our lesson today, guys. So for all those that have joined in later from this video, I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, everyone here, please share, and the ones that come on later, share, share, share. Sharing is caring. We want to help other people, and this is how we do it. So I appreciate you. Healing Hands is done for today. And any suggestions? You need any encouraging words? You need some help? You need some guidance? PM us here on Healing Hands. We're available. Until then, have a great day, guys. Bye.